This was my building. My home was taken away because of deed fraud.
Everything that I've gone through in life was impacted by growing up housing insecure. The real estate industry is robbing people.
We're talking hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars.
Housing court has become an eviction mill.
This is a business to them. And they don't care if they're taking families' homes away.
People that you push it are the ones that you come up to when you need a babysitter, when you want your laundry. Who do you come to? Us.
Hi, we're coming around with a petition to oppose the luxury towers.
It's unconscionable that the government is paying these developers to destroy our communities.
Not only have these thieves stolen our homes, not only have they stolen our equity, they have stolen our lives.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm your reporter, Alisha Mess for In the Wake TV. Today, we're talking about Slumlord Millionaire, the powerful new documentary set to premiere on PBS this summer. The film exposes the deep housing injustices happening right now in New York City. Viewers see inside the lives of renters pushed out by corporate giants, as well as homeowners fighting for justice after losing their homes to deed theft. Joining us are the film's directors, Steph Chang and Ellen Martinez, as well as attorneys Adam Grumbach and Bill Lienhardt, who represent homeowners impacted by deed theft and help bring these stories to light. So once again, thank you all for being here. And let's start the story with behind the film. So Steph and Ellen, the film captures not just housing injustices, but power and cultural survival. Was there a moment while filming that hit closer to home than you expected? Or something that made you see the story differently?
Do you want to go ahead or?
Sure. I mean, so documentaries take a really long time. So we've been working on this film for, I'd say, like over 5 years. And really something that just sunk in with me is just how much I thought about, the cost of gentrification walking around. You see a new building being built after making this film and seeing these stories of people getting harassed by their landlords and the deed fraud stories. It's really just, I start thinking, like, how did this building get here? Like, did they force people out of these apartments? And is that why there's this vacant lot? So I think that is something that's kind of stuck with me. And I'm curious if it will stick with viewers as well, just walking around.
Yeah, I guess just to add on to that, I think one of the things that was really kind of eye-opening for me was just how interconnected all of the issues surrounding housing are. We had initially started this film kind of following, more of the typical stories that folks are used to hearing with, landlords cutting off the heat and hot water and other sort of harassment tactics that, our friends and neighbors have been experiencing over the years. And as we started digging deeper, we started to see how a lot of these systems are built in a certain way to kind of perpetuate these issues, understanding how much real estate money goes into politics and how that informs the laws that end up happening and being carried out. And also finding things like deed theft, where, we weren't as familiar with this when we first started the film, and hearing about how this was so targeted and so racially targeted was something that was really eye-opening to us. And understanding that, this is something that isn't just happening in New York, it's happening throughout the country. How, how prejudice really does affect what's going on in